Hi, my name is Dr. Chandra Smallwood, and I'm a pharmacist and anxiety coach. Recently, I've been really struggling. I want to put my mental health on YouTube just for other women who may be dealing with things. In case you've never seen one of my videos, I dealt with anxiety for over 20 years. And for the most part, I don't really have anxiety anymore. I really researched and embraced relaxation techniques and keeping things out of my life and out of my way that make me anxious, because I do know how important it is. A couple reasons why we need to keep anxiety down is it affects our body systems, such as increases hormones, which can increase blood pressure and can be dangerous. It can increase risk of cardiovascular events, as well as just not being able to be productive and get the things in life done that we need to do when we're in those anxious moments. Sometimes I get to those places where I kind of get stuck and I'm staring and I'm in my mind, but I'm not really moving. I'm just kind of daydreaming. I don't know if that's just normally what people do. I know people daydream all the time, or if it's maybe my anxiety coming out in a different way. But before I had, I would diagnose myself with generalized anxiety with panic disorder. Now, the generalized anxiety may kind of still be there, but I do take Zoloft for it, and I have been for years since I had my daughter. And I think for the most part it's worked pretty well. I was taking the lowest dose, 25 milligrams. And I actually increased it lately to 50 because I'm currently 6 months pregnant and I've had a lot of depression and stuff with this pregnancy. But I'm also having I have a supportive network, family, friends, but I don't have a supportive partner. Actually, my ex, the father of my first daughter, has actually been really supportive. But we've always kind of had a good relationship. We definitely broke up for a reason, but it's not because we totally didn't like each other. It's because I wanted him to be more motivated in life, and that's just not who he was. So it broke us up. And I also needed more support from him at the time when I had my daughter and everything like that. And he just wasn't, he just became super comfortable in the relationship. He's apologized for that and said that he, knows what happened, knows what, he did, in that relationship, because he just wasn't there for me. And I was carrying the load of our life, and that was just a lot for me. So I had to go. The man that I've been kind of with, that I'm having the baby with, it just doesn't know how to support a woman. I'll just say that. He doesn't know. He doesn't have a clue. And it's kind of hard to teach someone how to support you when you just need support. You can't really teach it, to receive it at the same time. So I would say that it's not working out. The relationship's definitely not working out for me. I've probably been sad and crying for maybe 2 months straight, something like that. I talked to the my OB, about my mood, and I've been aware that I've felt depressed ever since I've been in the pregnancy. It was really bad in the first trimester. Now in the second trimester, it's not as bad, but it's still there. And now that I'm bigger and less mobile, I mean, I'm pretty mobile. It's just that my stomach's getting bigger, obviously. It's just hard to get things done. It's really hard to get things done with my daughter because she's only 3, and toddlers are a whole nother being, creature. But she's amazing and so lovely, but just the energy is unmatched. And I struggle, and I've been struggling, and I don't want to be. And I think the hardest part is reaching out to people, and because I don't have a therapist, which I will probably get one. It's just that I've had a couple in the past. They weren't the best, and they're hard to find. I feel like a lot of people feel that way, but I feel like I just don't want to put out a lot of effort just to be disappointed by someone, which I feel like that's what I'm gonna be, disappointed. You have a good therapist, you can refer me. I will definitely look into people, but I am hoping to find someone that my insurance covers, just because why not? So today's Tuesday, so 2 days ago was Mother's Day. I had a very interesting Mother's Day. So both of the dads of my 2 daughters, we were all together because they get along. Everyone gets along. There's no animosity or no drama whatsoever. We were all together downtown LA. But I was the main caregiver for my daughter while we were out, as in, like, she would run around, like I would be the one to kind of chase her and everything like that. That was hard for me, being with 2 men and chasing around my daughter and being 6 months pregnant and them being okay with that happening. I try not to feel sad about it, but it made me very sad, like, because I was tired, I was ready to go. And one of the reasons why I was there had something to do with one of the guys wanted me to meet someone who was meeting us, but they were gonna be late. So it wasn't a very relaxing Mother's Day. And the weird thing about it is these men didn't understand. Like, even though I don't really blame my daughter that was running around, I don't really blame her dad so much, because we alternate weekends and we have her 50-50. So it was not his weekend. And I try to, we respect that in each other. If it's our weekend, it's our weekend, that's what it is. But since now I'm pregnant, I do ask for help. So he was helping me out. He had her for a couple of hours before meeting with him. So that's what I needed. I just needed a little bit of time to get some things done. And so that was fine. It just wasn't a great day for me. And if you know me, you know that I want an entrepreneurial part of my life. And My anxiety coaching is that. And I anxiety coach, and I want to anxiety coach because it's the only thing I've really ever felt passionate about. Like, I feel passionate about pharmacy, but not like I do with helping people with anxiety, because it was such a hard thing to get over. Like, I spent so much time like taking different medications, reading different things, trying different things, waking up in the middle of the night with panic attacks, couldn't drive because I was having panic attacks in the car, and all sorts of things. I had it after my pregnancy where I had preeclampsia. Couldn't keep my blood pressure down because I was so anxious because of my COVID baby. And yeah, it was a long road. So now that I'm on the other side of it, like, I want to help others, and I really can. It's just so, and it's so difficult right now because I'm really trying to be super active, but with this pregnancy, I've been super sad, and it's really hard to like put out content to support people when you feel so overwhelmingly sad, And I know that women feel this way, having depression, even having suicidal thoughts is a very common side effect of being pregnant. And I am struggling like so much, like, to keep the house clean. It's just me. I mean, I live by myself. I have a house with my daughter who's here 50-50. And she's 3, so she throws things everywhere, and I can barely bend down these days. So cleaning up, like cooking, since I'm feeling depressed, like, I don't really want to do much. So I don't really want to cook. If it's not something really these days that's in the freezer, I'm probably not going to eat. I mean, unless she's here. If she's here, then I make sure to eat. I mean, then I make sure to cook because obviously I have to cook for her. But she only wants spaghetti every day, basically, anyway. I try to change it up. She's like, spaghetti or waffles. I'm like, waffles. But I try to give her what she will eat, because for a while she wasn't really eating. Now she's eating more, but she was having a lot of milk before. So since she was drinking so much milk, she wasn't eating food. But we cut the milk way down, so now she gets hungry. But she really likes pasta all the time. I give her fettuccine alfredo. Sometimes mac and cheese, not really. Spaghetti. She loves bananas. Oh my gosh, she'll have like 3 bananas in a day. As pharmacist, I'm always thinking about, dang, your potassium is high. But she loves bananas, apples. She really likes vegetables a lot, which is good. But I have to say that I fear every time that I'm going to have her for the night, because it's just me. And I'm pregnant. And it's hard. And I feel like a failure at times because it's hard to regulate my emotions and to keep myself sane. Right now, she falls asleep very late. And since she falls asleep so late, I'm just like, oh my God, I've been with you for 5 hours now, and I just need you to like take a moment and go to sleep. But she goes to sleep at like 11. Sometimes I go to sleep with her, but I try to stay up so I can maybe finish a few things, clean something after she goes to sleep. But by then, like, I'm super tired. I haven't always been a morning person, but I've been a morning person the last couple of years because once you have a baby, time kind of is whatever. I mean, at least the first year, you're kind of up at all sorts of times of the night and day, and it's just a lot. But with the pregnancy, I'm tired, so I sleep a lot. Well, I try to sleep a lot. I still wake up early, but I was waking up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and now I wake up really between 6 and 7. So it's still early, but it's late for me. Um, it's just been very hard. I have felt like kind of on the brink of destruction lately. Like today, I was looking for something to break. I really wanted to throw a plate on the ground just so it could break. No, what was I gonna break? Oh, my mug. I was drinking tea out of a mug and I wanted to throw it on the ground and just feel the explosion of it breaking. But I didn't want to clean it up. And so everything I thought about breaking, I would just have to clean it up. And I was like, nah, that's gonna be worse. So let me not do it. So at least I know I'm not going crazy because I'm, rationalizing having a breakdown. But I still just want to break down. And it's hard not having the support from your partner. Like I told myself that this time I was going to have a supportive partner. We were going to go on a baby moon because I didn't go on a baby moon my first time, but it looks like that's going to be a no-go and I don't want to go by myself. So this is very hard for me. I feel like I just made a wrong decision in the person that I chose. But everything seems so great at the beginning, right? That's what happens. That's what people say. Everything's always good at the beginning. So yeah. So like with my list of what I wanted in a man, like he fit most of it, like 90%. We actually went through it. He's a nice guy. He just doesn't have a clue what to do with women. And it's true. I'm not just over exaggerating. He was in prison for 16 years, so that was all of his dating life, really. He's only been out for 2 years. So yeah, I really should have thought about that more. But I kind of thought to myself, because he had a reduced sentence because of different things he was doing. I mean, he did do a lot of educational things while in there. He did a lot of mental health stuff. He just did a lot of things to, I guess, get out. So I think I just put a lot onto that and thought that he was more mature and more settled and healed than he actually is. And, it's my fault. It is what it is. I mean, either way, he's a grown man. But I always told my friends, like, the next man I date, I want them to be experienced, like divorced, have kids. Like, I want to know that you have gone through the inner workings, the hard and easy stuff of having a deep relationship with a woman. Because women are, we're complicated. We're a lot. And someone who has the patience for that is someone that I'm looking for. He doesn't have the patience for that. And I should have really thought about that more. I mean, you live, you learn, I guess. So I've definitely learned. But, now I think to wrap up, for other women that I know may be going through this, I would say just be honest with yourself about how you feel and know that it's okay. Like sometimes I feel it's okay, and then other times I'm like, I need to be stronger. And that's, I know, one thing that Black women deal with is having to feel strong all the time and not being able to, like, show weakness or give in or need help. And it's been a lot. Like, I've needed help. But also, when you tell people that you need help, they don't take it like it's an urgent thing. And that makes me think about people who end up committing suicide. Now, I'm not going to commit suicide, so no one worry about me because I don't feel that way. It's just that when you feel super overwhelmed, you want to, and you know what to do. Like, I know when I'm feeling crazy, when I'm not feeling myself, then I need to talk to someone. And I'm very good with reaching out to people. Sometimes people are judgmental, sometimes, most of the time, I mean, they're very supportive, but it's still like letting someone know the urgency. Like, people will say, oh, that sounds concerning. Go talk to a therapist. But it's like, I have to find a therapist. They have to hopefully be a good fit. If I need something that is more urgent, then it's like, what do you do? What do you do at that point? I have like acute needs, like mental health needs that I know that I'm going through. But since I did, have this strong, like, anxiety reducing journey, I also know where to look and the things that make me feel better as a person. And those things and that knowledge is so helpful for me, but I know that everyone doesn't have that. So the fact that I can lean back on who I was before is my saving grace right now. And people are like, you're so calm about, being stressed and feeling depressed about all this. And it's like, well, it's like if I keep my mind, like when I get super, super sad and I can't do anything but cry. First, I think about crying as letting everything out. I think about it as cleansing. So since I feel that way about crying, I don't judge myself when I cry. I try to cry at times just to get the feelings out and to feel better. So some people may cry and feel defeated by that, but that's one thing that I never feel defeated by. Also, I know what to do with my body and watch and not watch. The only thing that, I know that I'm struggling with is eating healthy and exercising. I've really been struggling to exercise through this pregnancy, and I am the type of person to go to work out, to run, to go to the gym multiple times a week. I used to work out 5-6 times a week. So for me, this is very different, but I've been so tired and I've been working and I've had so much to do that it just hasn't really been something that I could like grasp my mind around doing. And when it comes to the food, I mean, I know how to eat well, but I need help with that. And since I don't have help, I just choose to eat rather than not eat. There are some days when I'll eat more healthy than others. But I don't know. I try. So those are the two things that I would like to do more of that I'm not, and I know are very, very important to my mental health. But it's hard to do it alone, especially one of the hardest things with the pregnancy, you have cravings, right? So the cravings are strong. And then there's just things that just I don't like. Like whenever I'm pregnant, I have a really hard time with green leafy vegetables. And like I love spinach and salads, but not when I'm pregnant. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I feel like all I want is Mexican food. So good. Um, I do buy cold pressed juices, green juices, and purple juices, kind of like beets. But sometimes I just can't open them and drink them because the baby is just not having it. So I'm gonna try to do one of these a day, um, and talk about how I've felt and the things that I'm doing to hopefully help someone out there. Recently, I've added onto my platform teaching parents about anxiety in children. So that's one thing I've been enjoying doing when I have downtime. As in, my downtime, I don't have any free time because I am working on this entrepreneurial journey. So I do a lot of things. I don't really put them out because some of them are always in progress or I'm still learning. So I haven't really put things out yet. And with this whole pregnancy thing, I mean, it's been 6 months. So it's been like 6 months of struggle. Struggle, man. But yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought. But anyway, if you're going through this and you want to talk about it, I'm open to talk. Support and community are very important. So I was never the one to be open about anything like this online, but I'm gonna be open. Why not? Thanks for listening to me. For anyone who has any questions or concerns or you just want to talk, I'm Dr. Chandra Smallwood. My Instagram is I am Dr. Chandra Lynn. Yeah, we can support each other. Have a great day.